off the car, and he is really going for a big score here, Adam LZ. After not qualifying in Ireland, he's trying to prove his point here, and that looks to me like the car
on fire
goes on fire across the finish line. But if you want an impact, Adam LZ just gave you a bucket load.
That was insane. That was
thumbs up. Are you on fire? You're not on fire. Okay,
you're good to go. You know what he said earlier on? He said, I love driving this track in the dry, and it absolutely showed it. Look at this. Well, I didn't think he was going to make this first corner. He carried so much speed into this second outside zone, but he did. Look at that front wheel, absolutely locked, dialed on, and he was full throttle. He did wander away from the edge of the circuit, though. Look, he just comes out right at the end perfectly, but then there was a few things that happened. Watch this. Comes through there. Does he get to that zone a little late? Oh, I think he does. I think he gets to that outside zone a little late, but look at the flick across the track. Throws the car around. No regard to the walls or the back end of that BMW. Yeah, very late to that outside
but it
zone.
doesn't affect the steering so much on the car. It definitely affects the rear end, all right.
But I think this transition as well, super early. I don't know. Are the judges going to love it? Are they going to reward it? Is it going to be a big score?
Across the finish line.
Look, is it flirting with a 91?
Oh, it's close. It's an 89 for Adam LZ into second position. He goes, and after not qualifying at Ireland in a couple of weeks ago, I think we can guarantee he's going to qualify here. Pressure off now, Becky, as you're with Adam LZ. Finally, he has the run he's been waiting for the last 2 rounds.
Absolutely, Dave. I think we have a little bit of a tire fire situation right now. Adam, brilliant run right there. You must be delighted. Obviously, you had a hard start to your season here. How is the track out there? Can you give us an update?
Yeah, the track is, oh, can I step out? There's a lot of fire extinguisher in my mouth.
We're just going to let him step out for a second. It's kind of smelly. We had a little bit of a tire fire there. There we go.
Yeah, the track is definitely a lot better than it was during the first round of qualifying. It's still not fully dry, even though it might look it, so there is some areas where it's a little bit slick. But yeah, no, this track is awesome. I'm so glad that we get to do at least one qualifying lap in the dry, because it's a lot of fun.
And you know what? This car, you've obviously did you make some changes in between this round? I know you were saying you've been all over. You were in Poland last weekend, then you went to Germany, now you're in Finland. Can you tell us what you've been doing with the car since then?
Yeah, so the team stayed in Ireland after the first round of Drift Masters, and they basically sorted through all the little hiccups that we had to give me a car that feels really dang good. We had a couple small issues during practice, so we only got a handful of laps, but I'm feeling better every one. So hopefully, do you know my score? Did I do good?
I actually missed that one just there, but I think you're in. You're good.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys, back to you.
Yeah, well, he's going to be very delighted. here today is an 89.5, and I think that will be enough. But watch this last. Look at the rear tire on the car. Boom! And to me, that is a bit of the bodywork, I think, hanging down on the tire. It all gets kind of mixed in together, and you can see that car looks like it's done 3 seasons, and it was brand new at the box only 4 weeks ago. So just if you feel like you want to have a very nice car, don't come drifting and drift Masters.
Don't remind Adam of that.
And I'll tell you.
Hey, we're definitely in now. Hell yeah.
I'm so glad. Yo, I can find.
Hello.
So Johan put the car up in the air for me and looked through the brake bias thing. So we usually run just stock brake bias and made some adjustments, and the car is so much easier to drive now. Before I couldn't left foot brake.
Sick.
It would just push because it was basically like 50-50, so slowing the rear down, making it do weird stuff. It was so easy to put the car where I wanted it now.
You did amazing.
It was fucking good.
It was kind of tricky because the track was really fast, but then like really close to the wall in certain areas, it got a little bit loose. So it was just like, I don't feel like it was the smoothest lap, but I was in the zones where I needed to be. So
So
stoked
good.
about that.
You found the wall.
Another day, another tire fire.
I think it was burning the whole time, because it burned on track, and then I stopped by the media guy and I was like, yo, we're good, right? And he was like, yeah, you're fine, it's out. And then I'm like talking to Becky and I'm like, I think my car's on fire on the live stream. And then the guy runs over to the fire extinguisher, puts it out.
Ah. Yeah.
Johan, Owen said he's good with patchwork with vinyl, so. It kind of looks sick. What the f is up with E36s and catching on fire in the left rear? It was so bad.
I was like, this is actually really bad.
Becky's
Interview mid-fire.
Literally,
We love.
She's interviewing me right here, and they're spraying it with fire extinguisher dust. And we're both getting a mouthful of it.
Maybe I should show it.
Yeah. They showed it. The guys made a plate. Have we shown the plate on video?
The plate? No.
So the guys made a plate to prevent the belt from flipping off. But another thing that I was advised to do is to chill in the burnout box and basically don't snap the car really hard back and forth and like avoid limiters. So I've been doing really chill burnouts because every time it's come off from the burnout. Oh my God.
Damn.
That is ridiculous.
That's a plate.
Did you get it right in the middle? Did you test it?
The
It
what?
doesn't spin.
It doesn't
So
spin.
like this doesn't
Oh,
spin.
no.
It's part of the. It bolts to the pulley, so the bearing. It bolts to the bearing.
bearing's separately.
So this is stationary. Your idler's on a bearing, so that's been separately. So
That's hilarious.
It's not a big hedger.
That would fuck something up.
That's
Very nice.
I don't know if that was Ginger's idea, but that's the definition of engineering.
Yeah.
Engineering.
Wait, you want to know Ginger's first idea that we almost did? He was going to take one of these and bolt it there to protect it from coming off.
Nice.
So it's like the ghetto version of what we did on the Blue E36.
On the what?
On the Blue E36, we did the same with a plate.
Okay.
And before everyone says we should go electric power steering, we have it here, and that was our plan if it didn't work. It's just one of those things, whenever you like change a system on a car that works to something that you haven't really figured out, you could always introduce a new problem. So at least for now, we know what we're dealing with.
Got her done.
Got her done.
Well, that's our answer right there. We keep it hydraulic.
All right, it's competition day. We got an hour and a half warm up with 32 drivers. They're right in a competition. Stoked. It's looking dry.
How well can a fucking...
Yo, did we get this guy on fucking...
So it's 8th and 10?
Can we get some
Okay, we'll just leave it
supplies
then
at
for now.
Rusty, was that you?
Kino, I set it up. I set us up nice.
I got sniped as soon as you went to go build the second one. I saw it in the fucking 3D person.
Challenging to follow cars and like be smooth. All right, guys. So practice is over. I wish you guys could be here to see how cool the vibes are. Literally,
About
like
to double penetrate these
you're hearing people
motherfuckers.
on roller coasters and rides, just screaming in the background. It's so cool. What an awesome place. Practice, I feel like I definitely could be a lot smoother. I'm sure you guys could see in the video. Compared to my usual driving, I'm very choppy and divey. I think I have some ideas on how to change that, some adjustments that I will fill you guys in on, but we're not gonna make them just because one of the mistakes I've made many times before is making a huge change right before competition. I think I'm better off running the same car that I know I've been driving, so I know what to expect, rather than making some changes and having it maybe not go my way. So. Very interesting here. There's a lot more grip in this series, and I'm driving a lighter car, so it's quite a big jump from the car that you guys are used to seeing me drive over in the US. We're going in a competition. I get to lead first, so just do a nice solid lead, and hopefully in the chase we don't have to push too hard and I can keep it smooth.
It's not going to stop there, as we have got Adam LZ and Jakub Kroll, two new cars to the championship this year. Jakub from Poland, Adam LZ representing the USA, and Adam LZ looking strong in qualifying. He had a tough time in Ireland, getting the gremlins out of the car, as he would say, and Jakub Kroll has had no gremlins in the car this year. He's hopped into a brand new carbon Kevlar S15, and it looks like he's been in it his whole life. So he's been looking very strong, so is LZ. Both drivers looking incredibly consistent. This will be Poland versus the USA.
I don't know if you see that. Oh yeah, you're fighting him. They're just being dominated by the air, I guess.
First time ever in Drift Masters, we have a USA driver versus Poland. Here we go. It will be Adam LZ as the higher qualifier to throw in first. Conditions have changed. Will the surface have the grip these drivers expect? LZ buries it in the wall through the first corner. Jakub Kroll down low, a little bit of a wall in the street.
Hey, if you're fighting and dying at airbase, don't spawn there. Spawn at the command truck and attack to board, please.
The hill there as well. I think it's going to come back to Jakub Kroll at the end of that first corner. Did he get himself pinched on the inside and straight up to allow it to be an incomplete run? That's what I think the judges are going to look at here.
If you want to run Logis right from the supply node, I'm also building a heavy depot here.
BMW is. He absolutely flew away. I don't think that Jakub Kroll thought that LZ was going to be this fast around the circle.
Mistake for LZ coming down the hill there. You can see he drags the hardbrake a little earlier. Not as straight enough though, but Jakub Kroll got the flames reflecting in the window. It's an art piece. This championship is an art piece.
Oh, okay.
Moving, crashing art. That's what it is. So Jakub Kroll will now jump into the lead position. Adam LZ will be in the chase position.
Rocket, dude. Over 60s. And like how to get towed and shit. I shot that stinger from Valero.
Try and put that car in very early and a little too early, but he manages to balance it and not get contact with Jakub Kroll. Kroll and LZ go to the wall through the first section. As Kroll now much tidier through the center section. LZ managing his aggression in that chase position. Lovely lead line so far from Jakub Kroll. A little bit wide, and LZ on the inside of the track. That's not where he should be. A big mistake down the hill again, but he gets himself back into it, and it's a mistake from both sides on two runs that the judges are going to have to decipher which was the bigger mistake. LZ haven't, I mean, it's that transition timing down the hill. It maybe got a little lost in the smoke.
My point of view, Dave, lead to lead, chase to chase, both made errors in the chase position. Both leads were very, very clean. To be honest with you, look at Jakob Kroll buried into the wall, back wheel, painting a line along the wall. Jakob Kroll, I think you take your eye off him for a moment and you think he's slipped. He hasn't slipped whatsoever. Look at this, nice and deep, gets into the outside zone perfectly. For me, there was only one mistake, and that was the final outside zone. He wasn't as deep up into the wall from where we were sitting, from what it looked like. But LZ made a huge mistake coming down the hill in the outside zone 5. I think this could go one more time. I think this is, the judges probably saying, look, clean the chases up.
I'll tell you where I think it's going to come down to, and I'm just going to put it out there, is did Jakob Kroll, I think LZ made a big mistake, but it wasn't like a zero. I don't think he completed the run. Did Jakob Kroll incomplete the run? That's the question. So let's have a look at it. The results are going to drop in, and going through is Adam LZ. Adam LZ gets the win and goes through. Adam LZ gets the win and goes through to the top 16. We're going to get a quick jump across to you, Vernon. Vernon, was it an incomplete from Jakob Kroll in your opinion?
No, it was not an incomplete, but he lost angle quite a lot, twice actually. So normally lead to lead, chase to chase. Chase to chase was worse actually, so that's why Adam won.
There you go, simple as. So
simple as that.
They were both flirting with disaster, but it looked to me like Jakob Kroll's decision, like to be fair, he was driving a little bit through that corner. It does make sense. LZ gets his first win in Drift Masters.
Yeah, first win in Drift Masters, makes it through to top 16. Look, this could be the golden weekend for him. I said he was looking on form, he said he was feeling on form, he said he loved this track.
Before the bank
Hey, there's a light vehicle at this MCU that I placed, so if you spawn here, you can take transport with you.
I wonder if I'm running at a wheel speed. That's part of it. Either way, it's been something I've been struggling with, and I made a big mistake in my lead and in my chase in that same area. So I've really got to figure that out. But luckily, I think my car positioning was probably the best I've had yet in any battle on the first corner. So I think I got the win between that and then my lead being pretty solid. But we're moving on to the top 16 now, so that's pretty cool. First Drift Masters, I'm in the show.
Yes. Top 16 time.
Going to the opening ceremony, and unfortunately, it's looking like the odds of us having a dry battle are very slim. The good news is the car is really light, which is a big advantage in the rain.
Uh-oh, we're getting low on supplies.
This weather cannot make up its mind. And this is the umbrella that we have.
Representing the USA going up against Pontus Hartman from Sweden. Pontus Hartman on a great charge right now. He's been picking up a little bit of momentum every single round. LZ not qualifying on Ireland, the conditions catching him out, making some changes to the car. Now it looks like he's really dialed in. Of course, running a very similar car in Europe to what he is in the USA, so he's jumping from one to the other. This is his first ever top 16 in Drift Masters, and Pontus Hartman is going to be a tough opponent because Pontus doesn't make too many errors.
Red bar on Patina is where the sniper's at. I'm in the red bar. Is that you shooting at me?
No, I'm shooting at people near you. To your right, in the trees.
One down, thank you. There's two bodies over here. Did you hit one?
I shot 2. Well, I shot 3, but one might not be dead.
They go. Hartman will want this one. He'll want to steal the thunder from Adam LZ, but LZ goes for a nice
And there's 3, yeah. Good job.
Get ready, we're about to bomb airfield.
Almost hits him, puts himself into almost a spin. Oh, and LZ hit the wheel. LZ snapped a rear arm on the back of that BMW. Can he hold on to it? Oh, the wheel now making smoke where it's at a complete wrong angle. LZ absolutely flying. He's staying in it. Oh, the wheel goes on.
You still here?
Oh, that's a big hit. The wheel went under the car, hops the car.
Yeah, I'm bringing supplies.
First corner, and the collision between LZ and Pontus Arman, who caused the collision. That's what's going to happen. And you know, if we look back historically,
Anybody else
this
want
is
to
a
log?
crash.
She was fucking
logging
The
in the
wall for us
band.
seems to get blamed for a lot of it. But I
That's a
was
vehicle
just
near
about
me.
to say that even if he finished the run, he wouldn't have been able to finish the second one. He wouldn't have been able to start the second one with the damage on the car. This is a pretty big hit here on the left rear. Yeah, there's
I don't
definitely
know if you can
contact.
see it from that angle.
You can hear, you can definitely feel it from that side. Hartman hits the rear of LZ's car very hard there. Watch this. Boom. Oh. But it's already, this side of the car is already affected. So it's again, he's got hit both sides. And I think that is...
Did Pontus Hartman push Adam LZ into the wall? That's what we're going to look at.
Well, I mean, this is where we're going to have the judges come in and explain. But to me, there's a collision on the first corner. It looks to me like, I would imagine both LZ and Hartman going a little too hard. Probably getting in the wall. Look at this. This
Look
is
at this.
dramatic. Oh, my goodness.
The wheel goes
Under
underneath.
the car. Have you ever seen anything like it? The carnage this weekend has just been... We've seen... Look, he's up on 3 wheels. 2 wheels. Well, that's not ideal. Adam LZ having some big hits this weekend in a brand new chassis. Look at this. Wow. 2 wheels. Look at this. Take a screenshot of that. The spring came out of the rear of the car. Going over. Oh, look at that.
Well, Dave, I have got some news just coming across my headset now. Adam LZ is deemed at fault. It wasn't affected by Pontus Hartman, so Pontus Hartman will get a buy run if that car is safe to continue. Unfortunately, look at the two. Pontus Hartman and 1 from hitting the wall,
and he still tries to continue with no suspension. We got to go down to Becky trackside with Adam LZ. He was on 2 wheels coming through the course, Becky. That was a wild ride.
Absolutely a wild ride, Dave. I've just delivered the news to Adam here that the judges are deeming him at fault, and we're going to give him a chance to speak from his point of view what happened from inside the car.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really know how I could be at fault, so I'd like to know. I felt like I don't even know if I touched the wall. I think he crashed into me. Maybe something happened that I don't know, but I'm looking forward to hearing the judge's explanation.
And obviously, when the wheel went from underneath the car, could you feel it starting to go and thought that you could finish that run and maybe just hold on to it to get through the end of the course? But as we can see, the damage is just a little too extensive.
Yeah, I thought the car was fine. It felt fine coming around that corner. I think maybe something had gotten weak, so then when I made that last transition, it just broke. But I tried to finish the run.
Well, you tried your best. Unfortunately, this is the end of your road here in Finland, but we are looking forward to seeing you very, very soon at the next round, and you'll get your judge's explanation.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Bex. We're going to go over to Vernon to explain it. So a similar situation that we saw earlier on. First car to hit the wall, bouncing back into the second. Is that what we're seeing, Vernon?
Yeah, you got it right. You saw him bouncing off the wall, and I think it damaged the rear wheel already. So from that point on, it was just on him, and Pontus hit him because of Adam going off throttle.
Yeah, that makes sense, Vernon. I'm just about to say, obviously, the biggest damage on that car is on the right-hand side of the car. So that was not where Pontus Hartman hit. So hitting that wall did that damage, and then Hartman came in there. And that's a lot of damage to the back end of that car, Ian.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage, and you know what? Even I feel like if it wasn't Adam at fault and the judges swung the other way, I don't think that Adam would fix that car in that allotted 10-minute competition timeout to get out and do a buy run anyway.
No, and I'll tell you what, to me it's the same. We see a lot. If you go in the wall as the lead driver and you hit it hard, and then the chase car collects you, they expect the chase car to be close. They don't expect you to suddenly bounce back into them. So we're going to see a lot of that as it plays out over the competition. So just keep an eye on that one, because we saw it in the top 32 between Falvey and Pishkonsky. When Pishkonsky touched the wall, bounced out and hit the chase driver, and they're deeming the lead car at fault every time for that, because obviously you're not meant to hit the wall. You're meant to just smoothly go around it. It's not meant to affect your steering. And I think going in there in that particular case. So Pontus Hartman, I'm sure will be given some time to check his car at this point. He's not deemed at fault for the collision, but it goes to show how knife edge when we were only getting halfway through the first corner and these battles have been decided.
Since you were touching the wall when he contacted you, it was like you hit the wall, which caused your either momentum, bob, or whatever, but then he compressed you into the wall, which further like destroyed your car, obviously, broke everything under that side, and then you continued to run, but obviously you wouldn't be able to finish the run like that, so it sucks, but I don't know, it's tough because there's like patching conditions, initiation had a little bit of grip, and then that whole zone just super slippery. Everyone's getting into that wall, so it's just unfortunate that he was right there when that happened. If he wasn't there, you probably would have like bounced off and continued going.
I mean, I didn't even feel the wall until he hit me. So like in my mind, his hit is what broke the car. I guess I understand, but it's like, do they want us to be feet off the wall? Everyone's dragging their bumper on the wall. That's how you get the highest qualifying scores. You drag the bumper. So I was very, very surprised when they said that. I was thinking that, okay, clear as day, he hit me, caused impact. There's no decel, nothing that happened in that zone. There's no sudden shock from my car in the wall, as smooth as butter. There's no protest, there's no 5-minute call, so we're pretty much just not obviously the way that I wanted the day to end. Both Formula Drift and Drift Masters have made it really clear that they want the car to continue drifting after an impact. I understand it, but unfortunately, in a situation like mine, it can cause a massive amount of extra damage. Had I stopped after the wall, it probably would have just been a broken trailing arm. What's the damage report looking like, guys? What do we got going on?
Ran off.
So, looks like this is broken. Is that a twisted spring bucket?
Yep.
Trailing arm is broken in half.
And this is an AM trailing arm, too.
That means it's expensive.
Expensive.
The shock, I imagine, is probably damaged wherever that is.
The shock is,
It's gone. The spring is missing somewhere on track. How are the brakes? The brakes are expensive.
the brakes are good.
All right.
Look at my bracket, dude. She held up.
Oy vey. The rotor look okay?
Yeah, it's straight.
Okay, that's good. What a bummer. So if we had a 10-minute call, probably still no chance. No chance.
No.
This arm, to take this arm out of the car, you have to pull the stuff.
No, so this
fair,
makes me feel better though, because
They across the street, across the way, they're like, hey, we need to throw down. They'll come throw down. So with a lot of hands on deck and, some tools passing by, maybe. But it's a hard call.
This arm is cracked on the inside. And you have to pull the subframe to take this arm out. If we could,
Twist it back and just get the mix.
Yeah, I mean, it would work, but
So, I feel less bummed about the call, knowing that even if it was deemed his fault, we probably still wouldn't have had 10 minutes to fix it. Or we wouldn't have been able to fix it in 10 minutes. That makes me a little bit less sad. But sorry for all the extra work.
That's okay. We gotta get it ready for next round, huh?
Yeah. Hey, at least the carbon Kevlar's holding up great.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Good thing
It's brand new.
it's going to Latvia next, right?
Yeah, I know.
They got a lot of that.
Hit up Kristaps. Yo, what's good, dude? Help me fix some stuff up. All right, guys, so I'm actually ending the video here on the streets of Helsinki. We had a long run down because that's where we're catching our flight home. I did get a chance to speak to the judges, and after everything, they did offer me the best explanation they could. Kind of two factors played against me. One was me being into the wall, which I agree with. I think anything more than grazing your bumper on the wall is a mistake. Even though I've got a carbon Kevlar rear end and I can put it 2 feet in and it not affect the line of the car, it's still not good driving and shows bad car control. So I can very well see it being a rational thing to say that if I'm in the wall and a collision happens after the fact, blame the lead driver. They did also say that they thought I slowed down, but that I do disagree with. I think given the rain and all the other conditions, the area does kind of slow down a little bit naturally as you get closer to the zone. But like I said, it doesn't even matter because we wouldn't be able to fix the car in 10 minutes. but it is a good learning experience to know. In rain and conditions, maybe in Riga, it'll be a similar scenario with that wall, and it makes more sense to play it a little bit safer if a situation like that can occur. I do want to, however, though, extend a massive thank you and a massive token of appreciation to all of the fans from Finland that came out. It was incredible getting to meet so many of you guys that have been watching the channel for 10 plus years. Absolutely insane to see. It was really cool. The energy of the fans in Finland was absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to come back next year. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Edited it on the 4-hour drive down just to get it up as fast as I can for you guys, and I'm excited to see what you think of it. See you guys soon. We got St. Louis coming up next, and then Riga. It's a hot one. I got the heat waves on. I'm excited because last year I won this event in the Mustang. I made some changes to be able to drive the E36. How I drove the Mustang last year. Last time I was here with this car, I actually struggled at this track. I had the 3-liter engine and I was running way too much grip. Now we got an extra 400 horsepower. We got nitrous, so it shouldn't be an issue to do what I want. And yeah, about to head out to practice. The goal is...
Hey,
what?
before practice.
Oh, I want to show it when I'm wearing them too.
Okay, fine. Well, you won't know.
We'll show them later.
No.
They're pretty cool. But anyway, last year I literally went out to practice. I saw like Jimmy and a bunch of the homies from up here in the stands. I was like, I am going to win practice and put on such a show. And I think part of that attitude is what got me the win. So I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna come out with my swinging, and yeah, I'll go have some fun.
Oh, hit him. I love this tag team y'all got going there. How many people does it take to fill up a race car?
Depends how much fuel you want to pour all over the rest of the car.
Spoiler alert, if you didn't already know by the title of this video, I end up getting a podium, and to celebrate on LZMFG, we are doing a 48-hour sale on our team hoodies. Get 15% off while supplies last. Link will be in the description. Appreciate the support. Love ya. See you soon. First up, we're going to be chasing Mike Power. Now, he's a local up here. He's turned 20 laps on the track, so I'm going to give it all I got, starting the first lap out. Some of the changes that I've made to the angle kit to free it up to allow me to do like back easy stuff did create some other problems, so I'm curious to see how they affect me in the chase. I tested it on the compound, and the effect is minimal, but we'll see what ends up happening. Oh man, I miss being here. It's been a while. Have some fun, baby. I may or may not have my car very hooked up for practice, so yeah, heads up on that. I also practiced with a Draggy, my 60 foot, and found out these tires that I'm running are a little bit different for the run-up than what I got used to, so actually less is more with these, where I think I was spinning them too much, and that was causing me to be slow on the run-up, so I think we'll be better suited now for this event versus before when I was struggling. Felt like people were gapping me. Also changed ride height in the rear, which added a little more anti-squat, so that helps too. Baby, entry leaves a little bit to be desired, but first run of practice of the day. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry. Car drives totally different than it did before, but what a first lap, guys. Ready for a heater lead? I'm gonna throw a crazy vacuum, but I'm gonna try to be really committed.
take several pit stops. I'm always trying to be the quickest in the pit because the more track time we can get, the better. Try to get all those laps of practice in.
All right, guys. Following a good old RTR Mustang. I know how those things roll, so get ready to put it on. Guys, I think I might have broken axle or something on my car. I'm not sure. So I entered in the zone and then the car didn't do anything. Either I broke my diff or I broke an axle. I think it's an axle because only one wheel is being powered. Damn, that was going to be a good run too.
So we replaced an axle as preventative maintenance, and the new axle came apart. So we built this old one as spares, but it came apart. It's like one of those tricks where you can only go
Damn Chinese finger trip.
right.
You can't just be a photographer anymore. You gotta carry parts.
Right now we're just messing with some geometry, just trying to get, there's a stall point in the steering we're just trying to work out.
Sean got us number 1 in line and lead line, baby. I wish I filmed it, dude, the mad dash outside of the pits when everyone's like racing to get to practice. So for those of you guys that don't know, practice basically like an hour and a half. If you're first in line, there's a good chance you're gonna get 3 or 4 laps. If you're last in line, you're probably gonna get like 2 or 3 laps. And that 1 lap can sometimes make a difference between winning or losing. So until they come up with a better system, it's pretty much a drag race to practice.
And I win it every time.
Well, you can't be too early because then they send you back. So it's like playing the game, you know? You left like 15 seconds earlier, like, ooh, but then everyone pulled out behind you.
Like the second I move, everyone moves.
Yeah, but if you go too early though, they'll be like, nah, they'll send them back. But if you go like 15 seconds early, then they'll be like, all right, we'll roll them.
I did the stopwatch for only seconds.
Yeah, made some big changes to the car. So we're about to go out to practice. There's a 50% chance it feels better, 50% chance it still feels awful, in which case we'll make some bigger changes tomorrow, but for the sake of keeping it simple, just driving on the problems for now and in the sky. Yeah.
Love
Sunscreen.
that. Love that.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but the front end definitely feels better. All right, boys, coming back to the pits.
I mentioned in one of the last videos that the guys weren't going to be able to make it out to this round, and just being back-to-back with Ireland is a little bit too tight, so I'll introduce you to the team that we got going this weekend. We got Chris from Drift HQ, already been putting work on the car. How do you like this rig?
Love the rig, don't like the weather.
Yeah.
It's a little spicy out today.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
And then, if you guys didn't catch some of my videos before, you may or may not remember Seamus, Mr. Taylor Chassis Solutions. He built some pretty sweet race cars, but technically, is this your first time working on a drift team?
This is my first time at FD, yeah.
What do you think?
Similar to other paddocks, I mean, you know, same stuff, but the cars are much cooler. Wow.
I kind of downplayed what was going to go on with the car. Like, yeah, you know, it's pretty reliable, not many issues. And to be fair, it was good. And then yesterday, you guys had the whole thing torn apart, the trailing arms, gearboxes.
Yeah, we had it torn pretty far down. I think you zinged third a couple of times, so we pulled the tranny out and looked at it, brought it over to, yeah, had a rebuild. I think third gear was pretty beat up, just new dog rings, stuff like that.
Hey, what's up, guys? Joe with GeForce Transmissions here. So Adam had a couple mischiefs. We checked out the transmission. We had this edge worn off. What happens is the edge wears out, it'll pop out of gear. So we serviced the faceplate, super easy, put a new one in, and he's good to go. So.
And then going through nut and bolt, like this track is pretty grippy, so it breaks things loose pretty easily. So we just nut bolted the car and changed out a trailing arm, etc. But not bad.
Chris, favorite and least favorite thing about this car?
Favorite and least favorite thing about this car? Favorite thing is that we haven't had to do anything to the motor at all. I think.
Oh, knock on wood right now, dude. Yeah. Find some wood.
Find something to knock on. Least favorite thing? Booth putting fuel in the car.
Why?
Because he just sprays it everywhere every time he tries.
Really?
Yeah. He's got lots of paper towels on hand.
I'm gonna call him out on that. So Booth is helping out too, but he was splitting between Lee's prospect team and us. So that's why Chris and Seamus came out, and it's sick to have them. It's been awesome. Ginge just rolled up, but until Ginge got here, let me show you who was spotting for me the other day. Little Miss old Calento Davidis. How was your first time spotting at an FD round?
You tell me.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good, honestly. I feel like you were more harsh on me than Ginge. Ginge is a little nice. You were being pretty brutally honest, but it was good.
What do you mean? No, I'm brutally honest.
I don't know, you were telling me to do things, and
Yeah, I was telling you where you're doing good, where you need to clean it up a little bit.
all right. So before I get with Ginge, you saw my driving the other day. What do I need to do different today?
Well, today we need to focus on winning.
Okay.
All right, so you need to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, we were driving.
Fill it in.
We were driving in practice like it was the finals, and
Which was fun.
it was fun, but I agree it resulted in me making some mistakes that I didn't need to make. So I feel like I gotta kind of be a little bit more consistent.
Yep, you need to dial it back a little bit. In practice, you were trying to everyone in the ass. And today, I need you to just him normally.
All right. I can do that. Time-wise.
Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Can you do that?
If I have permission. Time-wise, a couple of the teams were sharing times. Colette had her hands full, so she was able to take time and stuff, everything else. We were neck and neck, if not the fastest car in practice, so we've got plenty of car to win. It's just a matter of kind of dialing things a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. And if some of the other guys that usually end up being fast later, were they playing games?
Yeah, that does happen.
No. But today, we know who you're going against.
Yep.
Which is awesome. And we know that, well, have you talked about your strategy going into that or no?
Nah, we don't need to. We've done plenty laps with Dimitri, so we know what we got to do. So no stress there. But I got one other person that's here. We also got Duarte in the house. He's been helping out this weekend. Mr. Crew Chief.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. How you enjoying the good old Blue E36 at FD?
I'm loving the car. I'm just not loving this heat.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's worse than Florida. I was just telling Ginge, like, be ready.
Ginge?
Ready balls.
Were you remote spotting?
I was watching all the footage, watching the live practice and everything, taking notes.
So I want to hear your feedback. Colette just gave me her feedback. I want to hear if your remote feedback is the same.
As far as you being dialed, or as far as other people driving?
As far as what I need to do going into this 1.5 hour practice before competition.
I mean, your leads are pretty dialed. You just need to focus on dealing with other people's BS in the leads.
Yeah.
And as long as you can just stay calm and collected in those like transition areas, everywhere else will just be ignoring. So.
It's a different way of putting it. So Colette basically said, yesterday I was trying to f*** everyone in the ass.
Yeah.
Today I just need to f*** them normally.
person that can beat Adam this weekend is Adam.
You're not wrong. That's a good point. I feel like I need to just focus on being a little bit more consistent because I was taking too many chances.
The weird thing about this track for me is watching Prospect last night. It's really tough to get in the pocket in outer zone 1, and I'm kind of torn because like to get into the zone as a chase car is risky because it sets you up to fail. Where like I don't know how heavily the judges weigh that because there was a lot of great chases where like you naturally kind of hang on the inside there.
Yeah.
I can do either, but I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
I would err on the side of sacrifice outer zone 1 to have like a solid transition and full outer zone 2.
Yeah.
Because it's like
You could lose the whole lap.
Yeah. Because if you get gapped on that transition and then you're playing catch up the whole outer zone 2, that's like a huge area where they're watching you make all these mistakes. Where outer zone 1, it's like, oh, he's a little shallow there for a second, but it sets you up very well for outer zone 2 and the rest of the track.
That's a good point.
It's a good point. I told you guys it's a race to see who can get in line to practice the first. This is how serious it is. Staged up in their pits. Look at all these guys.
Other than the dirt drop at the end of outer zone 2, that felt pretty okay. Guys in the pits, right now my steering wheel is quite facing to the left. So if anything is bent like a tie rod, it would be the driver's side. Guys, I broke another axle. Feels like I broke the driver's side this time. It feels like my handbrake might be dragging a little bit. I hope it's axle and not diff.
The bad boy is here.
active. The only issue is just a little bit of a checkup because I felt weird going into outer zone 2. Just the line that I took to get there with a huge change and going track right just kind of put me up.
We need air support on the table.
First I was up against Dimitri, done plenty laps with him, so I know what to do. And I lead first for once, which is really cool. So I just go do my lead and then figure out how hard to chase. But
And the guys just did the fastest axle change ever.
yeah,
I'll see if I can slip it that far.
5-minute axle change is insane. So not that that would really help us in a 5-minute crawl, but if it was a result of someone hitting us, that's really good.
We need a lot more than mortars. We got an LEV and 2 choppers hammering. Guys at MOB, let's go. We're gonna go back to the board. Meet people there.
Kind of diving in, but all right, this is a fun one. Last year, obviously an RCR Mustang. Now he's back. E36. He loves this car. He knows this track. He knows he can do it here. But he's going against Dimitri. He's had success. Not even in the E-Town Gamblers, but in RCD practice. LZ will lead. Brudski giving chase. Adam LZ, the Drift NQ BMW. Let's see how he handles the heat on the track and in the air. Brudski in again that never settle, and he's just not settling in to that outside zone too. But Adam LZ, like I said, he finds the pocket right in there. Car looks very settled. It's not bouncing around. You look at some of those other vehicles, they're really hopping and jumping. You can see the throttle there by LZ in the lead, and then again mile per hour, a little faster than that, obviously, but again just getting dialed in.
Brudski kind of balance. You know, he's not getting super close. He pulls out a lot of angle there. Maybe there's some angle going on. I'm not entirely
Just took out the keyboard there.
Всем позывным. Это уже 201. Мы не справляемся. Отступайте на точки сбора. Конец связи.
Ah, 32, gonna breeze through. No, you want to be 16, and you can't win unless you get to the fun. So here we go. Brudski out front. His BMW, obviously very aggressive, and LZ aggressive in that change position. All right, let's see how they handle this crossover into the second.
Damn, guys, are we just giving up like that? Yeah, we deserve to say. Yeah, everyone seems like we're taking Young Graham and BTR to the right hand of that cover.
Sorry, Diplo did prospect as well, but very uncharacteristic of Brudski. You know, it seemed like he placed the car, ticked the boxes, but not the case in outside zone 2, both on lead and chase.
Yeah, I'm wondering if something's hurting, because it looks like it's kind of down on power. And I mean, I can't hear if he's clutch kicking like crazy or anything like that, which is usually a good way to tell us if he's severely down on power.
Keeping it breezy. Can't have it breezy after Adam LZ. I know we'll have some stinky Pete's later, but I think it's going to slide the way of the 2 letters. That is LZ. Adam LZ gets the victory. Dimitri Brudski knocked out.
Dude, you came over to chat after the battle. Dude, I was like, oh my god.
I got the fucking pilot of the Basically, at the end of the chase, the first run, I lost all the power in outside zone 3. I had to like clutch kick a bunch of times, but I thought maybe I let the RPMs drop so much and they couldn't get the wheels going. So whatever, we just got back to the start line. I'm like talking to my spotter, what should I do? Should we, call 5? And it's like,
like, are you sure you didn't like maybe need a bigger clutch kick and stuff like that? I'm like, I don't know, well, let's just send it. So we go 1, 2, 3. First, second, and I'm like running NA, and I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna do? It felt like eternity to the initiation. Like,
You figure out what happened?
oh, so obviously, actually, when we're running, right, first, second, I have all the time in the world to look at my gauges, and I see vacuum instead of boost, and I'm like, oh, there you go. And so I still click third, initiated immediately back to second, and yeah, ran NA. You did a good job. You might have helped me in outside zone 2 to keep staying sideways at some point, and we came here and they were staying there. Oh my gosh. I've never seen it happen before. Get more from this angle. Because there's not even a weld there. It's just like a solid piece that's band or whatever, yeah. Wow. So I think what happened the last run with Jeff Jones in practice, I bumped him because like, he let me have track with the dots and stuff like that with these. And we see this dent right here. So something did it. But there was no like opening because we inspected the car with that. And just put it down. I was looking forward to that battle. Laps here together. Yeah, it would be fun. I was sold out in practice when I saw your runs because they were spine on you. So your practice round was a little mistake there, a little mistake there. I was like, I think we got it. And no, you pulled out a good run and my car failed, so.
Are you gonna drive Turbo down tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, sick. So we'll turn some more laps then.
Let's go.
Good drive, man. Sorry that happened.
It's all good.
Thanks, you're going now. Good, brother. Yo, just know we're winning the whole thing.
Yo, I got $100.
The homie Chris showed up, drove from Connecticut, and brought us some Sally's Pizza. How many did you have in your 911?
14.
And you
In an oven.
In an oven.
And a
in the
center
front.
lock tool.
That is ridiculous. I can't believe it was gonna fit.
Make things work.
That's crazy. What's up, man? I love this place.
I love it too.
Thank you for letting us drift here.
Yeah, and I'm really happy I bullied you into coming here.
Yeah, I know, right? Honestly. All right, entering the burnout box. All right, time to go have some fun. Like a hot dog in a bun, you know? 1, 2, 3, get on the gas, make sure I give the throttle the big boops, get to the zones good and stuff, don't hit the things. Yeah, let's do this.
Adam LZ's got that breezy on the hood, and after this event's over, we're gonna crank some breezies over there at Sneaky Pete's. That's right. He stepped back from RTR. Now he's campaigning his very own car with BMW E36. He's comfortable in it. He's looking good. He knows his track. He competes in the Gambler, and here we go. Oh boy, Adam LZ goes to that first outside zone. Can't even see Jeff Jones. Buried in that smoke. Now going to that second big 183 outside zone 2. And now let's see how this transition goes into outside zone 3. Jeff Jones just pierces that smoke. Comes up a little bit short as Adam LZ digs deep into outside zone 3. That's a wrap on run 1 of this battle. It's always amazing to me, like I said, that how they come through, that's muscle memory.
Yeah, you can't see anything. It is all just based on timing. Adam very smooth out front, super committed to all the turns, and Jeff's doing a good job in the chase.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's
All right, 8 out of 10 is what Ginge needs. Remember to be patient through the transitions. Let's do this.
Really impressive, just a little bit short. So Jeff Jones, he's feeling the flow right now. He's got that big shift energy, like it says on his roof. Here we go, Jeff Jones, that Evil Auto Works from Redlands, California. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that. Looked like Adam LZ checked up, maybe a little too aggressive, had to back off as Jeff Jones. Now in that second outside zone, Adam LZ massages it to the side of that Nissan 370Z of Jeff Jones. Now transition, how they manage this smoke here in outside zone 3. That angle doesn't show you exactly where Adam LZ's at, but right there at the end, you saw him right in that outside zone 3.
He does make the correction to get back in the pocket. It is going to be a mistake. The judges aren't going to look at that, but he is able to salvage the rest of the run. It looks pretty good doing it. Jeff Jones doing a good job through that second outside zone, just tapping that inside clip, and then through the third outside zone, I would have liked to see Jeff a bit deeper. He does get both wheels into that box, but not until later in the run, but yeah.
The whiteboards are coming out in droves this season. Here we go. Slide him left for Adam LZ, right for Jeff Jones. This guy might be right. Oh, yeah, you're wrong. But Adam LZ does get the victory, but it was unanimous.
Got the win. I was hoping we either won or was it one more time. I made a huge mistake on my chase, but I think what sealed the deal, my lead was near perfect. His lead, they did comment, he was like kind of in the middle of the zones, but the biggest thing to me, I can even tell watching the video, of course I could tell in the car, he was kind of wavering his pace in the middle of zones, so he'd have a lot of smoke, and then he'd kind of breathe a lot and then get back on it, and that made it almost near impossible to chase, because I'd get on the gas, then I'd have to do a checkout, then he'd pull away. So I think all things considering, he made a couple mistakes in the chase, I made a big mistake in the chase, but I think my lead was enough to seal the deal, because without a good lead, you can't have a good chase. So now we're going, we either go against Osmo or Shanahan. So whoever it is, we're gonna need to give it everything. I'm gonna go pee first. Obrigado! Osmo and Shanahan just went one more time, twice. I'm going up against Osmo. I was hoping to battle Shanahan, but Osmo's clocked in because he just did 2 back-to-back heaters. So I actually lead first, which is cool, because if I chase first, I was probably gonna have to give it a 95 out of 10. Time to go have some fun.
Well, here we go. Adam LZ, the Drift HQ, BMW, got the breezy on the roof. Frederick Osmo coming off the back-to-back battles. Freddie in that Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra. Like Adam said, want to go against Shanahan, but you're going to have to get through Frederick Osmo here. Initiating in that first outside zone. Here goes Adam LZ into that first outside zone. Good transition there. Looks like Freddie backing off just a little bit there. And you see a little left foot break into that front inside clip. And now transitioning into that last outside zone. Adam LZ drops in. Freddie a little late to that last outside zone. Kind of surprised by that.
So Adam's initiation here doesn't go quite as deep as I was expecting it through that first outside zone. Kind of leaves the zone a bit early. Now through the second one, does a great job and gets in there, gets to angle really quick, makes a few adjustments, but Freddie not as deep as Adam is through that section. Now they come to the inside clip, and then as they transition out, Adam does a good job to fill all of it. And Freddie, this is kind of what we were talking about. Maybe doesn't have the same proximity, but is mirroring the angle perfectly.
Watch out for what happened with Jeff, and then I know what to do other than that. Hell yeah, boys. Let's take this thing all the way.
All right, Frederick Osbo will now lead. Adam LZ will chase him down. Let's see. See a brake light from Adam LZ. See that?
Saw that.
Yeah, that was
interesting.
That's very interesting. All right, you can see the Excel diesel lights really standing out. Those Type S lights on the windshield here. Now into that second outside zone. Look at there, Adam LZ. He's not backing down. He is right there, shadowing Frederick Osbo. Adam LZ, like I said, he is capable of winning here, and he did last year at E-Town.
So, Frederick Osbo, great jump to that first outside zone. Now, Adam gets very aggressive to the rest of the track here. It looks really good to the second one, and, you know, he's got the proximity, he's got the depth in that, and Frederick Osbo doing a good job through the rest of that zone. Each one of them's got a few things that they need to clean up there, but overall, good run from both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not even really mistakes. It's
Right.
not, you know, not a full opportunity. You're not utilizing every single part of the track.
Right. But here we go. Slide him left or slide him right. Right for Frederick Osbo. One more time, and one more time. They're going at it again.
Damn, one more time. All right, just got to do the thing again. Gonna go have fun. I'm up at the line now. Get ready.
Adam LZ piloting his BMW E36, Drift HQ, Breezy, and on the other side of the lane, you got Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer on from Norway, that Rockstar Engineering, Toyota GR Supra on Nitto tires. Adam LZ looks like Frederick Osbo initiates almost the identical same time. That might hurt him, but no, he gets back. You can see him transition, let Adam transition right in front of him, and then he regains that position in that second outside zone. Now they're going to approach that inside clip. Boom, Adam LZ bumps it out of the way with that front left headlight. And now in that last and final outside zone, Frederick Osbo with good proximity tucking into the smoke.
Yeah, Adam getting more aggressive, throwing more angle, just taking more risks in general as they come through this track. So he's realized to take out Frederick Osbo, he's got to try some new things. You can see it there. Big angle in, gets on the throttle at the perfect time to push all the way through that zone. Now Frederick Osbo not quite as deep as Adam LZ, using all the track. You see a couple corrections, see that brake light flashing on, indicating that he's trying to left foot brake or keep the car under control. Throw more angle on transition, throw more angle on initiation. You're not going to be able to outrun Frederick Osbo.
Yeah.
But you might be able to outstyle him.
My fast right now. All right, let's do it. Out of here, Papa boy! Pack your in the trailer, you're done! I just backed it in on his door. Woo! That was a good time. If that doesn't seal the deal, I don't know what will.
You never know. Yeah, I mean, now he's got the clean air. He said, Jacob, he might have heard you. All right, out style, you want to see some style? Oh, and Adam LZ, he throws it in aggressively. He took that map field line, tuck it on the inside, and then drops into formation. And look at, there we go, Adam LZ, he's going to grind. He's going to try to bang the door of the three-time champ. And again, Adam LZ passed that inside clip of Frederick Osbo. He's putting the car in the right places, a little left foot brake there. Both those guys tapping the brakes into that last outside zone.
Adam and Freddie are both filling the zones, and that's what we want to see. Now, Adam could have been slightly deeper, but he is taking some out just to get that proximity there. But he's got the door on the side of that Rockstar Energy Supra. Look at this. You can see Adam almost fighting with the wheel a little bit, trying to both get grip into the car to get the forward bite, but take grip out of the car so he doesn't slam into him. Like, there's so many inputs going on. It's absolutely wild.
Just wanted to pivot right on center axis.
Yeah.
You know, mimic the angle, but then get the car to come back. And yeah, what a shot here. What a great shot. So he's very capable. So slide him left for Adam, right for Frederick Osbo, and Adam LZ gets the win. LZ gets the win. He's got Grant Anderson cheering him on. He's got TJ Hunt cheering him on. He's got Jimmy Oakes in the building. They're all cheering him on. He's got Chris Kane cheering him on with some Sally's Pizza. He got Jeremy Bay cheering him on. Let's see.
A very happy Adam LZ indeed, and just taking out a tight. It feels like we're really coming in strong here.
I love this track. I made a mistake in my lead where I hit that stupid inner clip. So I was like, all right, I gotta just do the best chase that I humanly can. So I took every risk, and it paid off. Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to see him do battle. And
Winner, winner.
Odie?
Odie.
Guys, my car's on fire! Hey! 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 My brake light just caught fire! My third brake light! My third brake light's catching fire from in the car.
Barely coming on.
Well, it just caught fire anymore. No, it caught fire for sure.
Right now?
Inside the car, I saw a ball of fire on the inside. If you want me to run, that's fine. What? It was. Okay. I'm good.
It's fine.
Okay. They said it's fine, so I'm just gonna run it. Yeah, he was not slow through transitions at all. I f***ed up big time. God, no, I'm gonna need the lead of the century to phase him. I'm gonna huck this backwards like nobody's ever seen. It's the only shot I gotta win in right now.
Adam LZ, Odie Bakshis.
This is cool.
Here we go. Odie Bakshis will lead. Here we go. Coming out of that start chicane. Here comes Odie in the lead, and there it is again, taking that wide line approach, dropping in, good sweeping of the leg. Adam LZ, some corrections there in the chase position. Odie Bakshis, you can see he buries it into that second outside zone, that big 180-degree turn, past an inside clip. We talked about that dang inside clip, and Adam LZ fails to get into that last outside zone about halfway through, drops it in.
What we're looking for is for them to transition. When they come out of that transition, they're exactly where they need to be. There's no movement needed. They basically just look like they're mirroring each other.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Here we go, Adam LZ, he's gonna go like hell. Watch this, Adam LZ, big handbrake pull, you see that? And Odie Bakshis is not phased at all. Oh, buddy, Odie drops into the side of Adam LZ. And look at, he's grinding him, he's getting down. He's getting down, Adam LZ takes out that inside clip, a darn inside clip. But here goes Odie Bakshis, I mean, just absolutely marinated in smoke like a brisket. Odie Brisket Bakshis.
Oh, yes. Please make that his nickname.
Not everybody get excited at one time, okay? Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. You're on the camera. Take a look. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. Jump into that closet like it's a magic show. All right, here we go. Slide him left for Odie. Slide him right for Adam L. One more time. One more time. They are going at it again.
All right, at least we got a chance to do better. All right, entering the burnout box. Let's do this. He was pretty fast off the line. Ginge, you got any final words before they send us? I'm gonna drive just like I did with Osbo. God, we're gonna have to call 5 to fix something to my front end. I don't know if it's a tire debead or if it's a tie rod or what the happened. Okay, my wheel's broken. Can I call 5 to change that? Yep. Front left wheel is broken. We can call 5 to change it. Sean, I don't know if those other wheels are the same offset, are they? I think they are. Big sad. I don't want to lose like this.
Regardless, right now, here he is in the final four, going to Odie Bakshis. Odie Bakshis will lead Adam LZ in the chase position for this one more time battle. Odie, whoa, buddy, Adam LZ. Goes off-roading. Oh no, so there it is again. So Odie Bakshis needs to finish this run right here, and he will have a major advantage. Adam LZ shuts it go. I mean, it was already done. I mean, I mean, he should really save his tires and just go straight. So, I mean, why drift? It's already over. It was over before it began, so.
You've got to try something wild. And look at it. He sparked his car. He had so much weight transfer going on. He sparked the diff. Look at again.
How did his lugs not break?
Oh man, that was wild.
Can we ask them to assess fault, or is it too late for that Ginge? Because he doesn't get on throttle until the end of the zone. Man, big sad. I dove a little aggressively, and it bit me there. I was ready for the chase of a lifetime, and I done goofed up. I should have been a little bit more patient, dove a little bit less hard, and that probably wouldn't have happened. But he was a little late to fire off, and I was diving a little bit too aggressively, and it just bit me.
All right, Jacob, the plot thickens, brother. Odie Bakshis. Ooh-wee, Rick. Look at this.
Okay, so upon further investigation, Odie Bakshis should have been on throttle sooner. No smoke, no smoke, no smoke. Now he has smoke basically at the point of contact. Adam was pushing off, was going wide, but Odie should have been on throttle far before the time he did. So we're gonna at this point set shared fault in this incident, which does mean that both drivers, based on the rule book, would receive an incomplete for the run. That is the rules. With essentially Odie didn't get on throttle when he should have, and Adam was waiting for him to do that, and that might have been that. I mean, that is part of the reason why Adam blew off track.
Oh yeah, boys, that's great. So I guess I just got to do a solid lead then, right? Hell yeah, guys. I want to be ready to take a look at that front end after this battle, because it might be feeling really pretty bad. I think there's something else other than the camber. Typically, the steering wheel will favor... Actually, ignore what I'm saying. I don't know if I know what I'm saying. Ignore me. I just want to fix front end for the next battle. So should I have just crashed when he hit me in that zone? What should I have done? Because that f***ed up my run. He hit the rear of my car and he pushed me off in outer zone 2. I saved it, but you could see it pushed me off track, and then it messed up the rest of my run. I don't know how the fuck they're going to judge this one.
He needs this win. Adam LZ would love to play Disruptor. Not to do a whole season, but he won here last year. He could do it. Adam LZ out front. The Drift HQ, breezy. BMW into that first outside zone. Odie Bakshis kind of dives in on the inside. You see him transitioning now. Adam LZ, he's very familiar with this. Adam LZ bunches him, pushes the bullies him out of the way. And past that inside clip now into that last outside zone. Big angle. Adam LZ goes into the dirt. Chaos ensues. Okay, there is a lot going on here, a lot to unpack. Wow. Not leaving, I mean, this is crazy, man. dust, dirt, thumbs up.
I love it, though.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
like
thumbs up. Yeah.
Insert Rambo meme.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Was there any contact from Odie onto Adam that may have caused that incident? So we see a bit of a tap there. Adam still playing with the wheel a bit. And then Adam transitions here and just, there's a lot of momentum.
Yep.
And Odie, there was no contact there from Odie. The only thing I can think of, I mean, Adam did take a bit of a hit there in the beginning. Did that maybe mess up something? It's really hard to say. I mean, these cars do make a lot of contact.
Got to take that hit, but here we go. Slide him left for Odie Bakshis, right for Adam LZ, and Odie Bakshis is going to the finals.
Sorry for the bumps in zone 2, bud. It's okay. It knocked the... Hold on one second. It knocked the camber a little bit and me up, but I want to go one more time. Sorry, dude, but yeah, it felt good. It felt like I was in the pocket. Hell yeah. Like, no, it's all good, man. I didn't crash, so that's all that matters. Puckered up in zone 3. I was like, where's he going? Hell yeah. Like, we're both like bonsai in. So. Hell yeah.
I would like to say I think this counts as cheating on me. Does the judges keep you?
That was brutal. She just said, I think this counts as cheating on me because the judges keep you.
What?
Bro, she's a savage.
Oh my.
High five. Yeah. Ooh, I'm about to pass out. We got water in here? This is the center stripe right here. We're a little jacked up, my boy.
Third place, here at round 4, Pro Championship, Grip HQ, Breezes are coming popping, Salad Pizza going down the road, excellent rider, LZ, round 4, at E-Town, is
James.
I guess you'll be going to Seattle now and St. Louis?
If you can drive my rig for me, maybe. We'll see.
I can probably do 2.
Yeah, can we
I just
hitch a
got to
ride?
go 3 days
Yeah.
before.
I just throw it in with the Mustangs in there, huh?
Yeah, there you go. We can talk them on.
Yeah, better yet, just throw another Mustang in there for me.
Talk them on. We can put 3 cars in that.
Listen,
trailer.
Mon. Can I do that? Is that a thing? All right. I've tried to film this multiple times. I'm bummed that I didn't have a great final battle for my final. I think that the impact definitely didn't give me the best chances of doing a solid lead. I wish that it went one more time. I don't think I should have gotten the win, but in the end of the day, we're still on the podium, so that's cool. We'll be drinking some breezies, eating some Sally's pizza later. Yeah, you know, it's cool. I just really wanted to win. I thought we were going to win. We were definitely going to win. I was ready to win, but we didn't win.
Podium, babe.
Yeah, we still get another one of those trophy things, so that's cool. Yeah. I know, you did what I did too. Well, I'm so dizzy.
Again, it is Drip HQ, Breezy, BMW E36. Let's crank some breezes up here on the podium. Mr. Woo! There you go. There you go. Congratulations, doggy. You know, Jacob was talking about, like, you just have all these different kind of emotions. Sometimes you're like, focused, but you seem like a kid, dude. It seemed like you were back, like, BMXing, dude. You just, like, had a great time. Grant's here, TJ's here. You have all your homies cheering you on. You seem like a kid at heart today, man.
So much fun, so much fun, and I just want to extend another massive thank you to all you guys out here. 2 weeks ago, I was not planning to come here. My comments, my messages were getting blown up. Come to New Jersey, come to New Jersey. So I'm here because of you guys, and I'm stoked to be standing here. So thank you.
All right, so that absolutely lobs up another softball. You were supposed to be at 2 of the previous events, this one included. Are we going to see you at any other Formula Drift rounds of competition?
I would like to make it out to another. Definitely not going to be a full season as much as I'd like to, but I'm hoping next year I can make it to a full season because this has been a lot of fun.
It looks good on you, brother. Congratulations, Adam LZ, Stinky Pete's, we're going to be partying. AutoZone, Mustang RTR, Spec 5 FD, Nano Tires, James the Machine G!
Thank you to RTR, Ford, AutoZone, all of our partners. It's amazing to be back, and yeah, let's keep this going if we can.
Thank you guys, E-Town. We'll see you next year. Send it!
I'm on my way to an army camp in the snow, here at the top of the world, where NATO troops are training in Arctic warfare. Right here, next to this long, snowy border with Russia. It's over 1,000 kilometers long, and it separates Finland from its neighbor, a country with 26 times the population of Finland. Finland also borders the Baltic Sea, where NATO has been clashing on the water with Russia's shadow fleet of ships. It's also squarely in the Arctic region, another newly vital geopolitical domain. This is a place where empires have clashed, and where they might clash again. Here's the gate to Russia, and it is totally closed. Let's see if I can get in. I'm in Finland to train with their army as they show their new NATO allies how to fight in the high north. I'm here to sleep in the snow, to witness and participate in the rigor of Arctic warfare. But I'm also here to go beyond the military, to get a closer look at this unique country, to understand how their past haunts them, and how these memories have caused this quiet and peaceful people to be constantly preparing for crisis and war. A vigilance, an awareness of threat that might actually explain why they are considered the happiest people on Earth now 8 years in a row. From the border with Russia to the many bunkers scattered throughout the country, you're about to see a pretty unique security situation, a strategy and a mindset born out of Finland's unique geography. So, I'm headed to a military base in the frozen north of the country to join over 1,000 troops in a live combat exercise in the snow. This will be the beginning of my quest to understand how this country is preparing and what they're preparing for.
Of course, there is cold and then there is Arctic. You have to be sure that the trooper is able to survive in these circumstances.
Hey Felix. This is Johnny. Yes, nice to meet you.
This is Felix. He's a captain in the Finnish army who is a skilled outdoorsman. He has a master's degree in Arctic warfare.
And I know you like maps.
Yes, I do. Oh, wow, what a treat. Military maps. Wow, this is awesome.
Felix will soon be dropping me off in the middle of the snowy forest to fight and sleep with the troops in the snow. But first, there's a few important steps. First up, clothing. Here in northern Finland, the temperatures can get below -40 Celsius. The cold can be as deadly as any artillery cannon, if not more. So this huge warehouse is dedicated to proper clothing.
You have to sign these.
Large or medium?
I think medium. Probably medium.
44?
Yep. This is all of my gear. This is like body armor, pad, rucksack. Everything in this big orange bag is soon going to be on my body one way or another. 30, 40 pounds. Time to get dressed. And even though I thought I knew how to put on clothes, I quickly get schooled on how this all works.
Does this go first?
No.
No,
the mesh shirt first.
Okay, cool.
So it's all about layers, basically.
Yeah.
Did you get socks?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Only these. And then. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
First,
these first and then this.
So the whole concept of this is like having layers on you.
This,
no,
then.
don't put the snow camo now. Next layer
Next
on
layer
top
after
of those.
Wow. It's a lot of gear. Go see what it's like to be an Arctic warrior. Next, we wander through the base, headed towards the mess hall. We grab lunch, which for me is just an opportunity to ask nonstop questions to Felix, who wrote his master's thesis on the future of Arctic warfare. And while he said he can't share it with me because it's classified, I'm still peppering him with loads of questions about what Arctic warfare is. Wandering throughout the base, I also get to catch up with the military leaders who direct this group of a few thousand Arctic soldiers called the Jaeger Brigade.